Hello again, Jeff Woods here from mytelescope.net, ADB Jester on Flickr and on Facebook, and I'm going to put the finishing touches on this first panel of my 18-panel mosaic of the Cygnus region here. I've decided what I want to do. First thing I want to do is I don't want to manipulate the luminance separately here. I want to go ahead and flatten it. Now I'm going to bring curves up a bit on it. Not too much. Now I see a little bit of a blue tint in my sky background up there. I'm going to try and remove that, but I'm getting really good color through the nebula, really good detail in my clouds. There are a few other things we want to do, but I'm starting to be really happy with this image. So let's see what we can do. First things first, I think we do need to pull the blue down just a, well, you know what? Let's worry about the blue later. Let's just bring it up first. Now let's go in and see about the blue. That gives me a green tint. Let's see if Hasta la Vista green takes care of that. No, it's really, I mean, our sky value is pretty matched up, so our sky isn't what's blue, although up here it is. Yeah, these values are very blue. I wonder if we can desaturate that sky value a little bit and make those. I'm also curious if that came directly from the oxygen 3 and it's supposed to be there. Yeah, you know, I think we overstretched our sky values up here in the oxygen 3. I'm going to take a little bit of that out. And we're going to use the same standard method we've been using. We're going to zoom in on it real close. Select by color range. This particular method was invented by Tony Hallis. It was one of the original methods of removing green tints from images. It's called the green pixel gun, but it works really well. Yeah, look at that, all of that stuff up here. It works really well on any color. If you've got an over-tinted area that you need to desaturate a bit. And look at this. We've selected everything that's blue. And I don't know what we've got up here. The sky is not blue up there. That's normal. It's just dusty. But up here, we've got an awful lot of blue. Let's get rid of that blue. I don't want to see my marching ants. First, let's see if we can do it with desaturation. All we're going to do is drop the saturation. But that takes some of the color out of our stars, doesn't it? And we missed some. Actually, that's not bad. Maybe even a little more. Because we're only affecting those areas of the sky. We don't want to take it all out. I think we were pretty good back there. About 50. Okay. So that cleaned up our sky. Some of the things we can do to make this image pop just a little bit more are to enhance and brighten up some of the biggest stars in our image. So let's create a copy so that we can stretch and then mask out only the things we don't want. Now we're going to select by color range, but we're going to do something different. We're going to select the highlights, and that is going to select our stars, primarily our biggest stars. If we zoom in here, you'll see that it's even getting the little ones, but it's getting our big ones too. So let's go ahead and use our standard method to expand this by a good healthy amount this time. Let's go with 8 pixels. Let's make sure we get everything around the star. See, when we go in here now, we've got the entire halo and quite a bit out there. Now we're going to feather that back as we usually do, 4 pixels. And I'm going to hide our marching ants. And this time we're going to go stretch those stars up. Boy, that's ugly, isn't it? Well, you know what? That's fine, because we're not going to use all of that. We're going to... Well, first I'll show you how ugly it really is. Ooh, we've ruined the image. No, we haven't. We're going to mask everything back out and paint in only those stars that we want to make pop. You see how that star got bigger? Another thing that did was that expanded that star out into that green halo a bit and covered up some of that green. So that's kind of a benefit there. Now we don't want to do this to too many stars because it'll make the image busy. But look what that just did. That really made that pop. That star peaks out there. You might want to do a couple other stars down here. Not as much on this one, and you want to make it about the same size of the star so that you're not expanding the halos. Let's expand that one a few pixels. And let's get just a couple of the prominent stars inside the nebula. Let's see. That one. And I'm only going to do, let's see, we're only going at 26%, so 4 clicks is 26, only about 40%. So I mean, we could go substantially bigger on these with a lot of clicks, but we're not going to. Let's see. Let's boost this one up a little bit. These biggest stars are the ones we want to make pop out just a little bit more. Might be able to clean up some blue halo if I make that one pop a little bit more. Only now, if I did this, I'd be expanding the halo. But if I come in tight, I just got rid of the halo just by making that star a little bit larger. And that's a nice benefit. All right, let's see. Are there any other stars we really want to make pop? I don't know about this one. I think I already got him. Nope, I didn't. And I know that because there was no white there when I went to look at the mask. Okay. Let's take a quick look. And this one has a little bit of a halo that we might be able to get out. Okay. And we don't want to make it too busy. We want the focus to be on the nebula. But already got him. I'm pretty sure I already got him. Yep. That one's an interesting one. Did I get that? No. And boy, we've got a lot of blue flare around that. I wonder if I can desaturate that. First, let's expand you a bit. And I'll remember to come back to that blue flare when we're all done, because that's a lot. Okay. So we've made a couple of stars pop out a little bit more. Not a whole lot. It's very subtle, but it's very workable. Now that we have all of our almost final images complete, I'm going to do another high-pass filter on this, a very mild one, and I'll probably fade it back so it's not the full effect. But this might allow us to enhance some of the color as well. See, now that made it very grainy and busy because it's at too large of a level and it's catching our stars. But just the tiniest amount on the very smallest of scales. It's just a little bit of crispness and clarity to the image. Alright, I like that. Now, normally, I would run Noise Ninja on this image now to reduce the noise, but I'm not going to do that because this is part of a mosaic. The interesting thing about Rob Gendler's image is it's very similar to mine in that this is just one tiny corner of a much larger image. That is everything that my image is going to encompass, and we're only working on this area right about here. Now, he's captured a lot more dust up there that I don't know if I'd want to. And he's left a lot more of the star field in than I did. It's, again, we're in the realm of artistic tastes here. And I find that if I push my color data so hard to get all of the color that's out here in the sky, I blow it out. I ruin it. So I am going to leave mine a little more sparse and emphasizing the nebula itself. It's going to be a slightly different interpretation of what we see. But this is going to be my final image and the image I use for the first panel of the mosaic. Now I have to do this same thing again 17 more times. And not only do I have to do it again, I have to make them match. As this comes into the next section of this down here, these colors have to match. So it's very difficult to get all of them together and not only overlaying each other in exactly the right spots, but to have the color there such that you can't see the seams when I'm moving between this panel and the panel below it, or the panel to the right of it. So it is definitely a challenge. I have spent a lot of time trying to get to the level of skill needed to at least bring out this much of the nebula and have the proper H alpha colors and the the oxygen 3 blending of those was a very tricky task to learn. I do think I'm there, and I thank you for watching. Only several dozen more hours of work, and I'll be able to show the world a much larger picture. Again, this is Jeff Woods from itelescope.net, ADB Jester on Flickr and on Facebook. Thank you for watching.